In this video, we're going to be installing the Dickies brand truck universal seat covers, and we're going to be looking at the quality and fitment right after this. Hey guys, Alex here with All For Him Racing, and today we are installing the Dickies brand universal truck seat covers. They say they fit the crew cab and extended cab trucks, which is perfect for our new Silverado that we picked up. It's a 2012 Chevy 2500 HD, and it has the crew cab with the foldable rear seats. And according to this, it has a seam that can be used on the main flat part. If anybody knows these trucks, the seats do fold up, so we'll show that in a little bit. But these are supposed to fit, so we're going to be opening up the package, checking out the quality, and checking the fitment on this particular truck. Now make sure to do research on your own before you use these seat covers, because your fitment may be different than what is shown in this video. So let's go ahead and open up the package. It has this cardboard that goes all the way around the entire outside, as well as a piece on the very top. But it does also have a zip tie on the bottom, so if you're having trouble opening it, that's probably why. We went ahead before this video and actually cut this zip tie to speed things up. Pull that off, these little tabs come off, and then it looks like you can just pull the top piece right out. So this kit contains three pieces. One is a cover for the front bucket on the driver's side, a second bucket cover for the passenger side, and then one solid cover for the rear. And now the rear is supposed to have some universal capabilities for the split back seat. So let's go ahead and give the front driver's seat cover a try. So I started to film a video on how to actually install these covers, or how at least I was going to do it, and I quickly abandoned that because one, it was just really hard to show from good camera angles how these actually are to be installed, and two, I don't know if I can recommend this product based on how this all went down, to be completely honest with you. So universal fit is always kind of hit or miss. You sometimes win, you sometimes lose. This one you kind of fell into the middle. It mostly fits, but they're not quite right, and let me tell you some of the issues that we found. One of the most obvious ones is the headrest covers. You can see it doesn't even cover up the one on the passenger side, and the driver's side honestly is pretty much a similar boat. In an effort of actually trying to stretch the cover over this headrest, we tore some of the seams. Again, we were trying to be as gentle as we could, but we really had to stretch it to get it to fit, and unfortunately it tore on both sides. Fitment on the back here is pretty loose. There's a fair bit of springiness. Now hopefully after this is on here for a while and we actually use it, it'll settle out. But the bottom, you know, is actually pretty tight, and I have to say overall I'm happy with it. The trick we used to getting this tight was a little different than what the manufacturer actually recommended. There was a strap that ran from side to side that is ideally supposed to wrap around the back and then connect to this side. But when we pulled that tight in order to make that connection, it unfortunately started to rip the seams of the Velcro. So it actually started to pull out the thread, and the Velcro started to separate from the strap. So unfortunately those were not going to be able to be used, so we've simply tucked them along the sides here and out of the way, so that way, one, we don't have to sit on them, but then they're hidden and out of sight. So unfortunately we don't have this nice grip that was supposed to hopefully pull this seam more in between the bottom and the top halves here of the seat. So we had to abandon that. And then in order to get this tight, you know, there is a fair bit of stretch that went across from cushion to cushion, and I'm overall happy with that. But we took advantage of this plastic trim piece. We actually have one on both sides, and we tucked the cover back in behind this plastic, which ultimately drew it tight. So I'm sure as we use these seats and things kind of wear, we're going to have to continually tuck these in. But again, compared to the seat covers that were on it, which were non-existent, these are an improvement. The feel overall, these do have some fair bit of cushioning and different grippies here that'll hopefully, you know, have a decent feel for a long haul. But again, overall, you know, the fitment is okay. It's not great. I'm not sure if I can recommend it for this particular truck, to be completely honest, but you're welcome to give it a try for your application. Now the back seat, that is a different story. I have never had to work so hard on a seat cover ever. to try to make this at least look like it's supposed to be something here. It actually is two pieces for the back cover. There's one for the backrest and then one for the main seat cushion. And the way that these work is they do have an elastic band and they come with little plastic hooks. Now because this was so tight I couldn't even show you guys what that looked like. Maybe I can pull one around the corner here. You can kind of see there's these quick hooks and you simply hook it onto this elastic band and then stretch from piece to piece, again from like adjacent sides. So there's a hook like here and one down at the bottom and in multiple locations across this back, and you just would connect them both. So I had to reach behind with one arm and tuck another one behind and actually make those connections. And then there's the ones on the side here which then connect to and another adjacent piece in the middle. This is all per the directions. Did have the rest lit. Word of warning, make sure your seat belt is actually in front of the seat cover and that you've been able to get the buckles through the holes. If those aren't lining up, then obviously you don't have it fitting right. And then the back cushion was a similar story. You could kind of, there's a little bit of a pouch here, you could pull it over the seat cover there, and it had multiple elastic bands that you then had to connect from side to side. And they do say that it is universal. It says it has these zipper seams in order, because this one has a folding back seat. You just simply lift on the cushion and this folds up for ease of, you know, putting whatever you need to on the bottom. However, it is one piece with zippers, but the problem is this cover is completely worthless if you undo this zipper, because then it has no means of attaching to itself. There's no, I was expecting that if you had a zipper like this, they would have some kind of a middle piece that you could then zip in order to make this connection work, so that way you can fold it up. However, it doesn't appear to be the case. Now I'm going to look into this a little bit more, just because I gotta believe there's a way that you could do this. Maybe if you unzip these and you fold it up, you might be able to zip them together. We're just going to experiment a little bit. Hopefully we can figure something out. But again, you know, it's a so-so connection. I don't like how the seat belts are in that bottom corner. It doesn't take much for the cover to want to pop up and make access to the seat belt there a problem. This one has a loop, but this one sticks out far enough. It's fine, but those are firmly mounted lower, and it is going to be a bit of a hassle, I think, in the long run. Oh, and then again, showing in the top covers back here on the back side here, you can see they don't cover everything. They cover most of it and the areas that you really need to ultimately protect, but again, not perfect, unfortunately. So not really sure what we're going to do about that. Maybe after it warms up a little bit, these things will be able to stretch a little bit better than what we have right now, because it is a little cool out today. But we'll just kind of keep on seeing what we could do to make it fit even better. So as far as providing the function that they are intended, which is covering the seats, they are effective. They are covering the seat. I cannot argue that fact. Fitment is not great, but again, universal, you get what you get. So maybe if you buy these for your truck, they'll fit better, but for this Silverado 2500 year 2012, fitment is what you see here. Not the greatest, but it does cover the seats. If you guys liked the video, be sure to give us a thumbs up and consider subscribing if you've not already done so. I'll provide links to this product on Amazon and hopefully some other sources so you can check it out, read the reviews for yourself. And as always, we hope that you guys have a great day, and until the next video, we will talk to you later, guys.